Let us cut right to the chase. This video, skillfully made, professionally done, using high-tech Radio Shack equipment, could be true, it could be false. I'm not going to tell you which it is. You, watching the video, will be responsible for that obligation. Now, don't be scared. That noise you hear is a squeaky chair. I'm an old man. I have a right to have a squeaky chair if I damn well want a squeaky chair. Don't mess with me, okay? All right. Everybody stay calm. This is a story about the interviews that I had with a President of the United States, Richard Milhous Nixon. I first interviewed Richard Nixon, I think it was in McMinnville. I don't remember. That adds greatly. It's a clue as to whether this story is true or false. If it's false, why in the hell would I not remember it, right? I'm not going there. Okay, I was going to the courthouse to pick up some news items and at the same time talk with the county commissioner. And as I approached the steps, I noticed what appeared to be the vice president, former vice president of the United States of America, Richard Milhous Nixon, standing on the steps looking agog with a map in his hand. I said, Mr. Vice President, I wasn't sure what title. I don't think Your Excellency would have been correct. I said, Mr. Vice President, former sir, I am a Democrat, but I'm honored to have a chance to meet you. I shook hands with him. He shook hands with me. This hand touched the hand of Richard Milhous Nixon. I had proof on a picture, too. But anyway, he said, I'm looking for this street right here. And he pointed on the map. And I said, it's right there. The courthouse is on this street. That's the street you want. And oh, that's good. Now how do I get there? I said, well, you turn left, okay? You're all right. And then you watch the street address signs until you see the address sign that matches the one you have on your paper. That's where you're going. I said, thank you, sir. I said, thank you, sir. Goodbye. That was interview one. I have to admit, the first interview with Nixon was not really stellar. But it was an interview, sort of. Now the next interview was at the Benson Hotel. Benson Hotel in Portland was pretty stellar at that time. And at this time, Richard Nixon was the president. And he had come to talk to the people in Portland that owned newspapers and radio stations. And the owner of our station, who happened to be liberal, that's why I was working there, because we were bros. He was liberal, I was liberal, so I got the job. Hey, it was that way in the 80s. You could do it. He said, you take these tickets. He says, I don't want to go see Richard Nixon. And take that other talk host that does a show in front of yours, Doug Baker, who writes for the Oregonian or something, some newspaper. So I said, fine. I took the ticket, gave one to Doug. We went to the Benson. And we were sitting there while Richard Nixon was talking about whom he would recommend firing in the media, which I thought was a little brash. But anyway, that's what it was all about. And after this, they had arranged for some of us to do a quick interview with the president. And I was there, and Doug, we both got to interview. And so anyway, this was big. So we went there, and I noticed the president had a microphone on his lapel. And I thought, that's strange, and I followed the wire. I'm keen. I ran a lot of years in radio. Keen, I looked, and I saw a cord which ran into a room on the side, and there was a Tambird tape recorder in there with the reel spinning. The guy that was sitting next to us, we had ascertained, because he had opened the briefcase and there was a machine gun in it. Well, I'm pretty keen. And I knew that machine gun inside the briefcase, probably not good. So I said, excuse me, sir, but is that a machine gun? He says, oh, yes, I'm Secret Service. Here's my thing. I said, oh, okay. I said, tell me something. I see this cord going into the room to a tape recorder. He said, yes. I said, are they recording everything he says? Recording the interview I did? And he said, oh, yes. Yes, he says, everything the president says is recorded. Every single word. Because what he says could affect world politics. Whether it's at a Denny's restaurant or, I said, the bedroom with his lovely wife, Pat. He said, everything is recorded. So I thought, man, this is big news. So I get on the talk show the next day, and I said, did you know that everything the president says is recorded? Even in the bedroom with his lovely wife, Pat. It's recorded because it's important to history to know what the president says. To me, it was big. And I talked about it, and the audience talked about it. This went on for probably a month and a half. Nothing happens. About a year and a half later, the fact that Nixon was having things recorded became a national story and was talked about not for weeks, but for years. Shows you the power of Portland radio. Anyway, could it be true? Could it be false? If you will excuse me.